I have a statement further to the statement yesterday by the chairman of the IBC, insinuating that he can postpone or cancel the forthcoming by-elections in Olkalau next week. With me is Andrew Muge, my lawyer, and the Honorable Jerry Minor, also my lawyer, whom I have consulted very closely on this very worrisome statement by the chairman of IBC, because it has serious implications to the next general elections that are scheduled to happen next year in accordance with the 2010 Constitution. Tomorrow, 11th July 2026, marks exactly 1 year since the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission commissioners were sworn in into an assumed office. We have not once, not twice expressed our displeasure with omissions and commissions of the IBC. Over and above the constitutional and legal provisions, winning the trust of the people of Kenya, who are supreme, remains paramount. You are well aware of the trust issues the people of Kenya have with the IBC commissioners ahead of the 10th August 2027 general elections, from the way they were appointed and the perception that they are proteges of William Ruto. Article 81 of the Constitution of Kenya 2010 outlines the core principles that govern the country's electoral system and process. It dictates that all elections and elected public bodies must comply and ensure the freedom of citizens to exercise their political rights, ensure that all elections are free and fair, ensure that elections are conducted in secret ballots, free from violence, intimidation, improper influence or corruption, ensure that elections are transparent and administered in an impartial, neutral, efficient, accurate, and accountable manner. Further, Article 38 of the Constitution of Kenya protects the political rights of all citizens, establishing the framework for democratic participation by guaranteeing 1, the citizens' freedom of political choice; 2, the citizens' right to vote without unreasonable restrictions; 3, the citizens' right to express their will and participate in free, fair, and regular elections. Unfortunately, the IBC has fallen short and has failed to uphold and apply the laws of this great republic. The IBC has decided to turn a blind eye and not to be accountable or impartial. We are able to demonstrate to Kenyans how this has been achieved by using a case example. On 27 November 2025, election violence was witnessed in the by-elections held in the constituencies of Bere North, Malava, and Narok Ward Township. Mr. Chairman of IBC, your silence and tolerance of the electoral malpractices prove that you cannot be trusted to deliver free, fair, and transparent and verifiable elections. There was brutal violence, outright voter bribery by the state, among other malpractices, and your silence was very loud. There was extreme violence in Kaspul Kabondo. In Emurua Dikir, the recently concluded by-elections, all meetings were conducted in the evenings and late in the night. The chairman and his commissioners were aware of what was going on and they never spoke. Unfortunately, since you are state playbook masters and UDA sympathizers, a peaceful campaign period in Olkalau has made you too clever all of a sudden after realizing that UDA is losing the election. Do not take Kenyans for a ride. Olkalau has been very peaceful. There has not been violence of any magnitude that could cause anybody to cancel or postpone an election. There has only been 3 incidences that are minor. 1, the defacing of posters belonging to the UDA candidate and the DCP candidate. On 1st July 2026 at the Royal Garden Hotel in Olkalau Town, Nyandarua County, officers and staff of DCP were brutally attacked by police officers and UDA officials. Their phones and other materials were taken away. 8 reports and statements at Olkalau police station were made, and to date, no action has been taken. The notorious Nairobi Sierra gang of rogue police officers that attacked me and Christians at Wetima Church in January is the same group that was led by Mathira Member of Parliament, Eric Wamumbi, to attack DCP officials at the Royal Garden Hotel. So, Mr. Ethekon, whatever violence that has been witnessed in Olkalau has been perpetrated by the state. You cannot therefore say you can punish the people of Olkalau by postponing their elections on account of violence, whereas it is the government that has created violence in Olkalau. The people of Olkalau are very peaceful. All the candidates are working together and nobody is fighting each other. The little violence that has been witnessed in Olkalau has been done by the state. And we wonder, Mr. Ethekon, you never condemned violence in Bere. You didn't condemn violence in Kaspul Kabondo. You didn't condemn violence in Malava. How come you are condemning non-existent violence in Olkalau and threatening to postpone an election for non-existent violence? What is in Kalau is anticipated violence, and I'll be explaining. All this violence is being organized by Mathira Member of Parliament, Eric Wamumbi, and his wife, and Moses Kuria, using goons brought to Olkalau from outside the constituency. As we speak, this morning, the Nairobi Sierra team is in a hotel in Olkalau under the command of Eric Wamumbi and his wife, Betty Maina. And this morning, a team of heavily armed officers have left Muranga to join this team at the request of Betty Maina, headed by Felix Mayu, an officer from Maragua Police Station. All those officers are heavily armed in plain clothes, and they are going to join the Nairobi Sierra in preparation of violence in Olkalau. What we are saying is that the violence is by the state. The people of Olkalau are very peaceful, and there is no violence between the people of Kalau among themselves. Yesterday, additionally, ahead of 16th July 2026 by-elections, UIBC commissioners are dining with the state to procure and deliver an unfair and predetermined by-election result in favor of the ruling party's candidate. Please allow the people to decide. You have openly defied all odds to call to order an election of open bribery by the state led by cabinet secretaries, principal secretaries, and state officers who are actively involved in the by-election campaign and breaching the constitutional and legal provisions of Article 75 and 77 of the Constitution of Kenya 2010 and Section 14 of the Election Offences Act 2016. The world and the citizens of Kenya have all witnessed the brazen breaches of the constitutional and legal safeguards aimed at guaranteeing a free and fair and verifiable election. Let me pay special tribute to the media that has captured the wanton bribery by state officials in Olkalau. All the newspapers, all the TVs, I want to thank the media. And the chairman of IBC is now complaining there is bribery in Olkalau and saying he can cancel the election because there is bribery. Yet the media has been capturing every day, mainstream media, social media, everybody has seen the wanton bribery going on in Olkalau by state officials. Mr. Chairman, how can you threaten to cancel an election because state officials are bribing people, yet you have the law to stop them? You have not summoned any of them. You have not ordered them out of Olkalau. Why do you want to punish the people of Olkalau? Over the last few weeks, state officers and top government officials are on the Olkalau by-election campaign trail and on a bribery spree. Indeed, the government officials are actually more than the voters in Olkalau. Helicopters are almost causing accidents in the air. We need to establish a traffic department to control traffic in the air because of the helicopters in Olkalau. the number of fuel guzzlers in Olokalau. All hotels are full. There is no accommodation facility in Olokalau because of the government presence. And they are all doing bribery during daylight and at night. Miraculously and curiously, the government of Kenya's development agenda has crystallized in one constituency at the same time. And we have seen the issues of government tokens, including mattresses, gas cylinders, cash handouts, water pipes, purchase of IDs, police intimidation, violence. In fact, even a train has been given to the people of Kalau, and 2 days ago they even have received boats in a dam where there is no fish or fingerlings. The chairman of IBC, Mr. Erastus Ethekon, has remained silent when William Ruto has used over 1 billion Kenya shillings in cash in bribes and put 10 billion shillings of taxpayers' funds through his agents to bribe voters until the election in favor of the UDA candidate. After all these schemes have failed and the government polling machinery have reported that the UDA party candidate is performing dismally, IBC gets instructions and through their chairman, Mr. Erastus Ethekon, threatens to postpone or cancel the elections. And we are asking Mr. Ethekon, where were you? This bribery has gone on for the last 2 months. Why didn't you stop it? There is no violence in Olokalau. Violence was in Malava, you never stopped it. Violence was in Narok, you never stopped it. In Kaspul, Kabondo, people